my question was, why are dudes attracted to such feminine things when it comes to women, like lacy, frilly, whatever? And I got
because
lot
we
of
like girls.
Okay, what this caller just said, it's not that I didn't like his answer, it's that doesn't answer my question.
I am Woody. That is Greg Gorey.
Good day, Woody.
There's Menace.
What is up?
We got Gina Grant.
Good morning.
Seabass is here.
Oh, yeah.
There's Sammy.
Morning.
Phones are open, 877-44-WOODY. You can hit us over the text over to 22987. Somebody texting over. Says, yo, Woody, I bought a King's Loot wallet and some fresh, clean teas off of your recommendation, so let me return the favor. You were talking about Bro Glow, the self-tanner for dudes, and they say it's fantastic.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
It does only last a couple of days, but it's a great temporary fix for when you start a vacation until you can naturally get some color. Or, like, what if you have, like, a big event, you know?
right.
Yeah.
You don't want to show up, my complexion is that of a urinal.
You're pretty pale.
You're pretty pale. Yeah,
For sure.
but
Gina and Sammy were talking off the air about buying, vitamin D
Yeah.
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause
for
we're living the vampire life.
Yeah,
they
I
don't get
think
enough
that everyone
sun?
in this room needs vitamin D because
Vitamin
there's
D.
not really the only sign that you're missing vitamin D is fatigue, which we all have, but obviously because of our hours and stuff like that, but we don't see a lot of sunlight. And my doctor told me that I needed vitamin D, and I was like, well, I do see.
Getting.
You know, I do go outside and walk every day. She's like, yeah, but you have clothes on, and that's afternoon
You
sun.
gotta stop
and
that.
Just,
You
gotta
get
yeah,
nude.
I don't
naked.
think any of us have enough.
Greg,
Yeah,
how
what
can we
were-
fix
Nearly
that?
enough.
Can
What
you
were
hang
people
outside
doing,
naked?
yeah, what were people doing? They were like sunning their buttholes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that was
yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
You're like butt chugging the sun.
Now, Seabass,
Yeah.
you're anti-vitamin. Do you think that does anything? Vitamin D?
I'm anti over-the-counter vitamins in general, yes, but no. I mean, obviously, yeah, that's correct. You do need these things. You need sunlight.
Yeah, if you're
That's
insufficient.
natural.
So are there vitamins that you endorse?
Like vitamin D?
No, well, we
Are
said
you down with the D?
We said this before. Is that most OTC vitamins are worthless wastes of money unless you have a specific and actually diagnosed deficiency. Right.
And we're
Okay.
pretty much all deficient in D, so go get some.
Yeah, go get some
Sorry, I'm
D.
a little slow. So are you down with the D or not?
Oh, give it to me all day long.
Okay.
Okay.
Give him a big mouthful of D.
Right.
I did order some Bro Glow.
You did?
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll see
wow.
how it goes.
Can we do it here?
Sure.
Can I help? Can Sammy and I do it? Is it like a makeup?
I didn't
or-
volunteer for that, Gina did.
I think it's
You wanna-
Sunday, right?
You want to oil them down?
No,
Yeah, it
is
looks
it like a bronzer, like a
It looks
makeup?
looks like an oven mitt. And
Oh,
you put
it's a
stuff
real
on there and
self-tanner.
you-
It's
and you
it's
just, like-
bronzer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
It'll
We'll
be
see how it
good.
works.
It's
You
from
gotta
the
use it, like,
80s,
once a
just
week.
rebranded.
I think because I think what I'll have to do, I'll do it the night before I come in,
Oh. Yeah, it might need
and
to
then
sit.
come in the next day, and we could do like an A to B comparison.
That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
you
Also,
know?
I
'Cause
told you
they said it takes a
We'll do
handful of
overnight,
hours for
yeah.
it to
Yeah.
We'll do a photo shoot.
to
Yeah,
activate.
yeah, for sure.
And I told you I saw a thing for men's concealer makeup called War Paint.
Oh,
So I'll bring
God.
that in for you.
Yeah,
No,
too.
I don't need that.
So while we are doing chick stuff rebranded as guy stuff, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, War
that would be
Paint.
fun.
But I don't need that. I don't need that stuff.
I mean, everyone can use a little touch
Oh,
up under the
well.
eye.
I thought you used that for like covering up zits.
Like
No,
zits.
that's for under the eye dark circles.
Oh, okay. Well, Menace was
paint.
Yeah, you just
looking
pat
for
it
something.
on,
Like, yeah,
yeah.
you need some war paint, dog.
I guess so.
Let's see. Woody Show feedback at the Woody Show. Some email here. Greg Gorey is not the HOA hole. In fact,
Thank you.
his case is tame compared to what my HOA president did. My HOA president, who was annoyed with how people parked their cars in the driveways, thus obstructing the sidewalk, called our city council member one day, who then called the cops to give every single resident a parking ticket.
Oh, damn.
Mark.
My street got hit the hardest, and it took a call to the news station to put a halt to it. The HOA president and city council denied calling the cops. My neighbors were dumb enough to pay the tickets. I, however, petitioned the court to dismiss it on the count that the parking situation was the result of poor design by the developers.
Oh.
And the wording in the city law regarding where the driveway starts and ends are vague. And I included some pictures to show them. And yeah, so ticket dismissed.
Oh, I like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Beat the system.
Yeah, so that's from our friend Mr. Grimace.
Grimdog.
Grimdog.
I
He's the
want-
guy who's responsible. He brings in like 5-gallon buckets full of Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, he's a feeder.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to fatten us up
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Cool.
All the
Cookies.
Hawaiian chocolates.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
So good.
Another email at thewoodyshow.com from Kevin. I have a question for Bort. Let's see. really anybody on the show, is there a website or a database that we could access where we could pull up the original audio of Menace talking about Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Philadelphia? Because I remember specifically him saying, oh, in Philadelphia, you got to go to Ruth's Chris, the best one I've ever been to. And, he wants that audio pulled up.
Yeah, the original audio, because after a while, I just started playing along to the story.
Yeah, he's
to the story
you.
that everybody else remembers.
Literally everybody heard.
Yeah, I'd say the original archivist of the best ofs of the show didn't keep a complete archive, so unless you have the original date, maybe we could find it somehow.
Okay.
I do remember, though, Menace said it previously, that he was defending against a Philly hater. I do remember there was a Philly hater, and that's why he originally was trying to shout something out.
Yeah, I said
because he went to the Made in America
people
Festival.
Are saying that. Yeah, people are saying that the Philly people are trash. I was like, no, I was at Ruth Chris and I met some some lovely people at Ruth Chris, and then he started making fun of me that I went to Ruth Chris while I was in Philly.
We will never, without the audio,
ring a bell at all.
As I'm saying, and I agree with Greg.
Before Bort worked here.
Without the audio, it's like the JFK thing. Will we ever know?
I think I might have been here when that did happen, though.
All right, After Hours voicemails, 877-44-WOODY. Here's one.
Trish in Albuquerque. Just wanted to thank you all for the recommendation of the Better Goods pizza. I got the margarita, and you guys were right. For frozen pizza, it's definitely a 10. You were mentioning first impressions earlier this week, and I have to tell you, if I tuned in for the very first time and you guys were doing Guess Who's Gas, I would never tune in again. But I do love your show, especially Friday Fails and Redneck News. We could use some more cart narcs, but keep up the good work, guys. Bye.
Bye. I'm telling you, man, something has been started with this pizza.
Yeah.
Right?
Why aren't they?
It's like the third thing we've talked about that we've talked about. Other people have bought, and yet they're not a sponsor.
I was going to say, where's the kickback?
Well,
this is because we have a terrible sales staff.
Well, this is on Rich on Tech. Rich on Tech is the one who really brought this to the forefront.
Yeah, but we're megaphoning the hell out of it.
Yeah, but it was funny because Rich was mentioning to me the other day, he goes, dude, I have more people talking to me now about pizza than tech.
Wi-Fi.
Okay.
He goes, it's always the silly things.
Okay, I'll try to reach them.
And then a lot of people were sending us saying they were going to Walmart to try it, and their Walmart was sold out. Like they were sending
what
it.
I was afraid of.
And I saw the picture of the space on where it belongs in the freezer,
empty.
and you see the tag, but there's no pizzas behind it. There was a run on them.
Yeah, now I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
I'll say this though. I just recently bought some more, and I did take Seabass' recommendation on cooking it, and I agree that it's way better.
Because the box says 400 for like 15 minutes, and that you're gonna crisp your cheese and your crust too fast that way.
Okay.
Low and slow.
So what I did, what Seabass said, to leave it at 350, and then I cooked it for about 18 minutes.
Okay. Menace, when you reach out to them, you should let them know to change that on the box.
Yeah. Let them know. Speaking of Guess Who's Gas, we got this After Hours voicemail.
See, I don't know if you guys ever talked about this phenomenon, but it's a real problem when you pass wind and you don't know that you have diarrhea.
Yeah.
Boy, is that a big problem.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Let's,
Other breaking news.
Yeah. Does the world know?
Hey, we tell you, like, if you have a thought, something you want to tell us, while the show's off the air
true.
after 10 a.m. till the next morning, leave it on the After Hours voicemail, and that's just what he was thinking about.
It's a problem.
Let's see. This is a woman calling in. This is for Seabass.
Nice.
Because Seabass said that what was it? Your goal for the year was to retire this year or work toward early retirement.
Right. Again, there's a thing. There's a bunch of books called FIRE, or you'll see websites called FIRE, Financial Independence, Retire Early.
Okay. All right. And so here's what she said.
Hey, Woody Show. I was just listening to your podcast, Friday, and Seabass was talking about doing an early retirement. I am 46. I have been soft retired since 43, and I am bored out of my mind. And I'm doing things. I work part-time, and I volunteer and everything. I am so bored. So just be prepared for that, Seabass. And then also, Greg, you might be jealous because I got the flu on Christmas, so I didn't eat for like 3 or 4 days during the holidays. Yay, weight loss. You guys have a great one.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
Wow.
I don't
Two big warnings.
Very jealous. Lucky.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
We're both jealous, aren't we, Greg?
I know.
I don't know if you're volunteering and if you've got friends and activities, like how could you be bored?
That's the thing. Everybody says that. And then when we have a vacation and I find myself being super extra lazy, I think I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
And I would
this.
not get tired of it.
Yeah, but you know why? There's a difference as someone who's been unemployed a few times, whether, by choice with retirement or when you're on vacation or you have a long weekend, you know you're going back to something. And so that helps your mindset. When it's completely like this open-ended thing, when you're unemployed, you've been unemployed.
It's the worst.
That's the worst. You don't
24
enjoy
hours
you,
of
even
stress.
Though, even though you have nowhere to be, you have no obligation for that particular
It's
day
not
or for that.
fun.
You're not enjoying it.
Yeah,
I think
you
that's
feel
where people
rudderless.
get to with they retire and now they have nothing. I know my father-in-law struggled with that.
True, but I'm thinking about the retirement of you've got your finances in order.
Yeah, sure. But I think even still, after you get out of it, for like you still.
Then what?
Yeah, like it sounds like a good idea, but then you realize like, oh, okay.
And all your friends are still working, and it's the middle of the day, and you're
Cool.
like, no one can go to lunch.
It's like when you're off work, let's go get dinner.
I know.
Right.
It's
In
like,
the meantime, I'll be napping.
Don't be boring.
I'm willing to try it. Yeah.
This is a after hours voicemail follow up to Gina's question: why do straight men like girls dressed in feminine clothing? Here we go.
Hey, Woody Show, just giving you guys a call about the situation with Gina and her question that's got everybody so heated, as she would like to say. Gina, you asked a question, and then you got an answer from a couple different people, but you didn't like that answer.
Yep.
So then you pretended like it didn't exist, and then you just re-asked the question, and then you said, oh, no, I understand that. And then you're like, well, no, you didn't, because you keep asking the same question. And hopefully this simple answer is that it's not about the piece of clothing or the item that is being worn. It is about what's underneath of that. So it's like hiding something that we want under there. So I don't know if that helps with that at all, but yeah, me love. Peace.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Yeah,
that
so
would be a good. Let me.
before you go on,
that
for
would be a good
people-
example of something.
for people who didn't hear the original question that you had.
Yeah,
So I was talking about how there's women that I've heard who enjoy watching gay porn,
Right.
like two dudes going at each other, and you had.
And then I was like, well, what's more masculine than that? Because that's dudes. So like, why? My question was, why are dudes attracted to such feminine things when it comes to women, like lacy, frilly, whatever? And I got a
because
lot
we
of
like girls.
Sure, okay. I got a
That's
lot
what
of
they like
different
to wear.
answers, but
Mhm.
like what
Yeah.
this caller just said, it's not that I didn't like his answer. It's that doesn't answer my question. That wasn't the answer to that question.
Right, that
we
what-
just
what he
like
just
what's
said.
underneath. That,
Right.
So I think there's been a lot of miscommunication and mishearing.
Because this is
in
quite the back and
topic.
forth when it
Yeah,
came
it
up.
Just opened the door to the basement. It
Well,
smells
there,
bad.
there was an answer, like what that guy just said, because she was asking why not
Right.
overalls or more
Yeah, that
sort of
wasn't-
manly clothes. Because so that doesn't, his response doesn't answer the question. But the person who had called in saying it's because she needs to be protected, all of this stuff,
And
that
what
makes
did I say to
you
that?
feel like a man. That's what
I
makes
said,
sense.
okay, that
There's
makes
the answer.
But to say that I got it, but I didn't like it is disingenuous because his answer wasn't the answer to the question I asked. So I think it's just been a real whirlwind.
All right. All right. But just so you know,
You just like
dudes-
ladies with no
Correct.
clothes on. I get it.
yeah, guys aren't
Who
like,
doesn't?
I want to see her dressed like a man, or
Yeah.
like I want to see her, like
Although a lot of guys like that, like she's in my t-shirt thing.
yeah, because it means she stayed the night.
I don't
that.
care what she's in.
And
Right.
girls love
You
to
don't
be
want her in
like,
the full suit
oh, I
and tie."
borrowed your sweatshirt.
And here, one more thing before we take the break. Something else from the After Hours voicemail. There was apparently a bet to be settled, and somebody had hit us up saying that I owed Seabass money or something like that. Anyway, here's the After Hours voicemail.
By the way, Woody, you owe Seabass $1,000 because you said Washington, D.C. would be a state by the time Biden's term was up. And it's still not a state. So you owe Slabmaster Seabass $1,000.
Yeah, was that the bet? I mean,
So
we
yeah,
talked about so many
I
things.
saw this. I went back. This guy, great research, by the way. It was April 23rd, 2021. If you recall in the news, there was a bunch of hubbub and people were yelling about, let's make DC a state.
Uh-huh.
And I said, that's not going to happen. This is a passing fancy. This is just the news of the day. And of course, Woody doesn't have the great vision that Seabass has. And I said, well, I can make this, instead of just like talking the talk, let's walk the walk. This is the clip.
All right, here we go. Well, it looks like the 51st day will end up being Washington, D.C.
Legend.
I bet you they get that done.
Doesn't look like it'll go to the Senate.
$100, not by the end of 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I tell you what, make it 1,000. Mark it. Not by the end of 2022.
How about the end? How about the end of his Biden's term?
Ooh.
Give him his first term.
That's a little too much.
How about after 100 years?
Because that's more.
Wait.
All right, I'll take the bet. $1,000 straight up in Biden's first term.
All right, there you go.
Oh.
Wow.
How do people
lucky.
remember? How do I'm happy to pay. By the way, I'm happy to pay.
I don't remember this
but
at
like,
all.
how do people remember? I can't remember what we did yesterday.
I've been hearing this for the first time.
Yeah, it just sticks.
People tell me that stuff about like things I did 20 years ago.
You're like, what?
If you say so.
So you know what? I'm willing to give back. First off, I'm giving this caller a finder's fee of 10%, of course.
Wow.
He gets $100, and then the other $900 I will reinvest somehow into something for the show that the listeners can enjoy.
Oh, yeah. That's smart.
Yes,
On
I
the
would
bar.
enjoy that.
I think we all can enjoy that.
Okay, well, we need to keep a list of the IOUs because Greg owes his breakfast.
I do.
And then Menace said that he's not buying the breakfast that he
Until
owes
I
until
do.
Greg
Yeah.
buys the breakfast
Yeah.
that he owes.
And I forgave Greg for the breakfast that he
Right,
owes
so you're off
personally.
the
So he
table
doesn't
on
buy me
that.
breakfast.
Got another email here as Seabass brings yet another pizza. Which one is this, Seabass?
Oh, the margarita.
Ooh,
Our
yeah.
Best one.
That's our favorite one.
When Menace had brought the Better Goods pizzas in, and but I knew there's always there's a chance of slip up there, so I got backups of each one.
Dude, you are on a pizza kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all from the
Yeah.
original drop, as they say.
I can't say no.
Sweet.
This is an email from Joe, just to put a little bow on the whole after-hours voicemails and things like that. Writes in, email at thewoodyshow.com. Man, I love so much of the content that Seabass brings to the show, but I'm so over him in stating his opinions as facts.
Okay, tell me where I'm wrong.
He thinks tattoos are dumb. He thinks certain foods are only for kids. He thinks many things are for kids and chicks and not for, quote, manly men. He thinks a lot of things. But the worst thing, and we all know it, is he thinks he's right about all these things.
Well, again, if you can prove I'm wrong, I'm willing to hear your argument, but just saying no is not an argument.
Dude,
But
sorry,
how do you prove it's
Seabass.
subjective?
You got to check yourself, man.
Okay,
You
but
definitely are not right about everything. Some things, sure, but your opinion is your butthole, because we all have one. Please, for the love of God, stop preaching about all the things you think are dumb, as we are all supposed to just be on board with you. We're not.
I always give examples and reasoning, and that's exactly what you did not do right there, my good sir.
Try saying, I think XYZ is dumb, and just saying XYZ is dumb, and that's
not
the
what
way
I
it
do.
is.
isn't that slightly redundant? Because if you think not putting your shopping cart away is wrong, of course you're going to think I'm right about
Right,
that.
but in my counterfactuals, I give this is wrong for these 5 or 6 reasons.
Yeah.
And that's what this person is not willing to. He's not made that level of consciousness yet. He's not made the leap to
He hasn't ascended.
to defending like basically high school debate, defending your argument.
I like everybody else on the show. Anyway, just had to rant for a second. I love you guys so much, every single one of you on the show. Oh, and by the way, as a real truck guy, I think Cybertrucks are friggin' hideous. And not because I'm jealous, because that's what I actually think. But I know that my opinion is not stated as fact for everyone else in the world. But enjoy your ego. I mean, truck, you manly man, you.
So like what Better Goods Pizza.
That's from Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Like for instance, Better Goods Pizza. We don't just say we think this is better than all frozen pizzas. We say no, the crust is more restaurant-y. It's it's not flat and
It's
flavorless.
actually better.
The ingredients are more top level. You get more of a flavor profile. The cheese is nicer.
Yeah.
One more email here from Allie. Says, I just want to tell you again how much you guys mean to me over the last decade. I can't even count the number of times you guys have helped me from falling into a very dark place. Gina, you are such a refreshing addition, and I always look forward to your perspective. All of you are amazing. Greg always has my number 1 spot, but the rest of you are always in the running for that number 2 spot. First of all, number 2.
Wow.
Seabass, you kill me in both the positive and negative connotations of the world. Your content is great, but maybe try not to be such a dick. Me love. P.S. Morgan. What? What'd you say?
I said try.
Oh.
Yeah, just try not to be.
Give it a shot.
Morgan, my intuition is telling me that you should marry Cabo.
Oh.
PPS. PP. I would very much like to be considered for fat chick, skinny chick. I'll try to email Morgan with some more info and pictures soon, but let me know. Bye.
Bye.
That's so nice. It's from Allie.
We love
Here, you want to
Allie.
send her a nice email?
I would agree with
thank
Morgan.
you.
If she can get a ring put
You
on
can
it.
respond.
I would love to.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to send us an email at thewoodyshow.com.
The Woody Show will be right back.